Hello. I was actually thinking before, what's my favourite Dragon Age game? You know? And I've got to say, controversial opinion, it may be Inquisition, you know. Weird, I know, but yeah, I guess we'll see when we get to it, but whether I still feel the same way. But, yeah. Okay. Cool. Go see Meryl. Mass Effect will be coming back on Friday this week. So today is Wednesday, so day after tomorrow. So, obviously when this is up, this might be up, I think this will be up on Wednesday. Yeah, it should be up on Wednesday. So, I just generally do things that I feel like doing. I'm on a bit of a fantasy kick at the moment, and then next week I'll probably be on a sci-fi kick again. So I generally just do whatever I feel like doing. I think that's the best way of doing it. Best way of making sure people are entertained.
Arms for the poor.
Where the hell are we going? Christ, it's over there. Quite a seedy old place, isn't it? And the alienage is just like... ugh.
I tried to go back to the people, to be with Fainriel, but the Keeper wouldn't have me.
I didn't think you'd come. I'll find something relatively clean for you to sit on. Can I get you something to eat or drink? I have water.
It's cozy. And your furry friends are charming.
Oh, are the rats back? I thought I'd found all their holes. I wanted to thank you for bringing me here, but I'm making a mess of it.
I'm sure I could think of a better way for you to thank me.
And I'm sure that I'm acting like a fool. I haven't exactly had many friends. Not even among my own clan. This is... tricky.
What made you unpopular with the Dalish?
Being first to the Keeper, I was always a bit secluded. I studied magic and history while the others were learning the Via Tanadal. It's good that I left. I'd have made a terrible Keeper. I was never that good with people.
It won't take long before you're the most popular girl in the alienage.
Mythol, I hope not. I'd managed to say something stupid in front of everyone and embarrass myself. Thank you for coming to visit me, Hawk. It means a lot to me. This city is amazing. Do you know I saw someone get mugged? Right outside. It was fascinating. Everything happens here all at once. How does anyone keep it all straight?
Someone has jumped outside your door, and that's exciting.
It must be the alien age greeting. Hasn't happened to me yet, though. They must not like me. It's so busy here. So many things just get... lost.
Do you miss the Dalish?
I miss Haren Pyval stories. The creaking of Aravels in the breeze. The city is so busy and confusing. And the elves here are not like my clan. But I'll get used to Kirkwall in time.
The Templars haven't found you, have they?
I've been careful, even among the Dalish. Keepers never work magic in public. And I think the Templars don't even see me. I'm just another elf in the alienage.
Are you feeling lost here, Meryl?
A bit. But I'll adjust. I'm glad you came by. I needed someone to talk to.
Well, let's all get out there, shall we? I'm not sure how this party's going to work, because we've now got 2 mages. Could go well, could go poorly. We'll see. Okay, let's get out here. Do buff powder promise. Do the job for the dwarf. Get rid of the Qunari. See if we can get paid. Because how much money do we have at the moment? 29, so we're getting there, we're getting there.
That's because you've spent too much time frolicking in the woods, Daisy. Dwarves don't frolic.
Dalish don't really frolic either. Not in the woods, anyway.
You have sanctioned frolicking areas?
No, just not in the woods. The trees get jealous.
But you do frolic.
Of course we do. We wouldn't be elves otherwise.
Tattered pantaloons, see, those are the kind of things that make people just not want to bother. Everyone's down. This isn't good. Ah, because the giant spiders have stopped fighting with the other guy and they're now fighting me. Great. I don't need to do that. Let's do this. Yeah, the mages really shouldn't be the dudes who are
This is
going
beyond a doubt the most wretched place I've ever been. The sooner we get back to Kirkwall, the better.
Yeah. Shows you how poor the AI is actually holding its own ground. And I would play it. I know it's more of a tactical system than most games. But I also just think, you know, at this difficulty you should be able to just get on with it.
Message it for the Wardens. They'd probably pay to have them returned.
Yeah, they would. That was a letter from Avernus. We don't know what it is, though. Avernus is the mage in the last game who was doing the naughty things. Holy shit.
Give up now!
That was all me!
Okay. So I think the Qunari are actually going to be quite difficult for us at this point. I'm not really seeing our party being that powerful at the moment with only one warrior in it. You might need to be careful. Okay, everyone come here please. Yeah, that's it, good.
Using potion!
Dude, use the potion please.
Let's hope this works!
Okay. Quietly did alright there. More dudes, Jesus.
If those letters make it to the Wardens, it'll be your hides.
You're pathetic! You're going to regret it!
Job done. Lots of them around, isn't there? Funny fact, if you have your if you side with the elves against the werewolves in the last game, there's an elf here costing a werewolf, an ex-werewolf. Quite funny. Shit. That's not good. I really wouldn't be surprised if Hawk's doing basically 90% of the damage. The amount of times I've seen torn trousers, again, useless. The amount of times that I've seen us get into fights and he literally just takes if there's 10 of them, he'll take 9 of them out. It's just overpowered. But you still feel pretty underpowered at times. Especially when going up against certain things. I also think that as a player you get a lot more detached if you're playing as a mage. Because you're just worrying about you know what I mean, staying away from the enemy and stuff. Whereas, if you're playing as a rogue or a warrior, you're right in the thick of it, so you can, you got a good idea of what's going on and where. And who needs healing and who doesn't.
Do not say you want much more. I don't even wake Bianca for every threat anymore. No further, human. Cal Vishoth control these passages.
Ambushes are usually quieter, Qunari.
I did not intend to ambush. I expected to warn a caravan, but you are not helpless. The path ahead is littered with my kind. If you are as skilled as you look, it would please me if you killed them.
So this is the redesign the Qunari had between games, and I really liked it. I really liked the the Darkspawn looked terrible, but the Qunari looked 10 times better. Although Sten still does not have any horns, because he's a hornless Qunari.
You have turned your back on your kin?
Yes, for a second time. I did not like my role, so I left the queue. I do not wish to be a murdering thief, so I left these Talvishov to warn their victims. You are no victim, so now I will leave.
If they have offended you so much, help me go after them.
But I am worse. They don't want to raise their swords for coin, so they murder and steal. They cling to the honor they held under the Qun. My sword means nothing. I will sell it and myself as mercenary. Qunari would say I am worse.
If your blade is on the market, I'll pay.
No.
You sure you know what mercenary means?
Taking payment to face Talvishov only proves that I've sold the last of myself. I know what I am. I don't need to belabor it. You have my word of caution, human. Heed it or do not. The more they talk, the less I understand.
Yeah. But I do like their culture, though. It's very interesting. Okay, this is going to be less than... Even though you're a mage, you're pretty much close combat, aren't you? Okay, I think we got this. Nice. It's probably going to get worse. See, I'm just remembering, like, none of this was a problem when you have, like, 2 rogues and one mage in the party. Now we've got 2 mages, it really does make you a bit of a glass cannon. So, you were relying a lot more on me doing pretty much everything and Meryl backing me up, whilst the other 2 just mess around. Unfortunate, but there it is. Ooh, is that actually better than what I've got? Mm-hmm. Here it is. And it's a fire one, not a poison one. It's pretty cool. Okay. I think we killed them all, isn't that it? Got him. Literally saved his brother there with a massive storm of fireballs. That was pretty cool. Right. So we got a nice new staff and we got some money. Pretty happy with that.
Thank you very much for the help earlier, Varric.
You made it back to the alienage in one piece, then?
I don't know how I wound up in Darktown. There are just too many corners in Kirkwall.
Still got that ball of twine?
I left it at my house. Don't worry, I won't get lost while we're following Hawk.
Bring it next time, Daisy. Just in case.
Let me pass. I have business with the dwarf Javaris and your Arishok.
The short mouth, yes. Enter if you must, Basra.
Ah, my right hand arrives. Summon your Arishok. The bargain is done. About time you showed. I've been here for hours. illustrious Arashak. I am here to report that your hated Talvashoth were felled, one and all. Right? Yes, they were. So, I'm ready to open negotiations for the explosive powder, as we agreed.
No.
He's not getting it. Say something.
I don't care about your deal. I was hired to hunt outcasts, and I want my reward.
This great undertaking was, undertook at my behest after diligent planning.
You asked for the Gatlock and were refused, so you invented a task and then paid to have it done. You failed your own goal. You have proved your wealth not worth, and Qunari still owe you nothing.
I did his dirty work. That debt stands.
Does it, dwarf?
You said yourself there was no bargain. I'm not getting a sodding thing out of this.
This human did what you could not, something I did not expect of any outsider, and you have involved me. If you made a bargain for the Talvashoth, that debt for their lives will be honored.
Sod it all, take your coin, take whatever. Hornhead oxmen and mongrel donglords, suck your own powder and blow your head off, sod it.
You will leave as well, human. There's no more coin for you here. Why do you bother me, human? The dwarf paid you. There is no more. Your kind thinks selfishness and want are normal. This city, all of it, leaves a bad taste.
If you despise this place, why haven't you left?
Since we arrived, I have seen nothing but greed and weakness. Dwarves, humans, elves, just festering. No order, no goal. You are one of the few I have met with any ability. And yet this too was random, a result of selfishness. I cannot fathom how a mire like this can be justified. You say we should leave, but how can you bear to stay in this chaos?
I agree, it's a mess.
But you don't see that as a problem?
I see it as an opportunity, and I intend to take full advantage.
Karisten are soldiers. The Qun made it so. They can never vary from that assigned path, never be other than they are meant to be. But they are free to choose within that role, to accept and succeed, or deny and die. Glory is clear and defined. It is an undeniable certainty. What full advantage can you take without that authority?
This is the thing about the Qun that makes him so interesting, is that it's absolute. And when I say absolute, I don't mean like a right-wing sort of way, which really annoys me when people start throwing these banding things around in a fantasy context. It's not what this means. It's not left-wing either, it's not communism. People have talked about it being communism. It's nothing to do with that. It's the absolute glory that is defined in a world in which there is so much suffering and chaos. What if you had a group of people who looked like this, who said, if you do this, then you are the apex of what you are meant to be. Your life has meaning and worth if you just do this. All you need to do is do exactly what we fucking tell you, and you will be the most glorious example of what your people can be. That is a huge thing in this world, and it would have been if there was a culture like this in medieval society. It would have. I'm a historian, you know. I've studied ancient history and ancient civilizations and medieval history as well. I have no doubt that if there was something like the Qun in medieval history, we would have seen a massive state born out of that religion, because it is such a powerful message of just saying, look, you don't need to do anything but breathe and hold your sword if you're a soldier, because the Qun have said you will be a soldier. if you do those two things, then you are glorious. You are literally the greatest exemplar of everything that we could aspire to be, and we will protect you to the death. We will make sure you have exactly what you need to live. You'll be safe, and you will just be part of our whole body. That sense of belonging is incredibly powerful in a setting like this. You know, that's what Hawk wants. That's what he's come here to do, and that's why I find it really weird that you know, you don't really get an option to really you band with the Qun at all. My warden did it in the last game. You know, he quite liked the Qun and what it represented and stuff. Doesn't mean you have to, you know, and I don't think Hawk would. Especially not mine. He's not that bothered about, you know, he's more of a light-hearted scoundrel. He's not that bothered about the Qun or anything. And plus he sees quite a brutal side to it as well. But you know, this is the cool part about the Qunari, and this is why I'm hoping beyond hope that they don't neuter them in games, upcoming Dragon Age games, by making them politically correct, because it's so interesting that they're not. It's just so interesting. So
He's free to choose to obey. That isn't contradictory to you?
He chooses to be, as do we all, long before any of your meaningless freedoms are presented. I am not the one to educate you. I did not intend to land here. But this city may demand certainty. I suspect we are done, human.
I don't think Kirkwall would do well under military rule.
The rule of the Qun is not military. It is discipline and order.
How is that different?
To your limited understanding, it is not. You fear soldiers that arrive to remove your pitiable vices. But they do not control Qunari. The Triumvirate divides and governs. One is nothing without the others.
Can you tell me about the other two parts?
No.
Now you're just being difficult.
I am no more equipped to explain than you are to understand. Arishak, Arigena, Ariqun. Pillars of the Qunari, of the nation that must be. There is but one way to know these things, human. And I have yet to decide if it must be done.
You're a long way from home. Why did you come?
To meet a demand of the Qun.
Which was?
It is a matter only the Qunari understand. We remain until we fulfill the demand of the Qun. Or until the demand changes.
You guard your powder carefully.
It is a tool that can only be allowed to exist under the ordered authority of the Qun.
It could benefit many people.
It does now. Just as swords benefit warriors, but are not given to children. Well, your children.
How many Qunari have you lost to the Tal-Vashoth?
None.
Optimistic, considering my death toll.
We lose nothing when weakness abandons the Qun. It is the Tal-Vashoth who have lost themselves.
I met an honorable one.
Doubtful.
He said he was a mercenary, not a murderer.
Then I know he made no claim to honor. When they sell themselves, little remains. He is not even dead to the Qun. He is a living insult.
Farewell.
Panahedan, human.
Right, let's get the hell out of here. What is that on here? Renville Haramont.
The alienage is overcrowded. Someone should do something.
I wish you could just press the button and he just appears rather than having to stop and do a full animation.
Stay off my dock.
You look like a sinker.
Yes.
One less to worry about!
Holy shit.
Lord Harrimont, what do we do with the human?
Stand down. He's not our foe.
What was that about?
Assassins. The boat to Ravane is within sight, but the Carta would see me dead before I get there. How would you like to make some coin?
I've never seen a dwarven lord.
You still haven't. If you're looking at him in daylight, he's not a lord anymore.
I'm Renville Harrimont, the last of my house. My family was once revered in Orzammar. Now I'm nothing but a surfacer on the run.
You must have greatly angered the Carter for them to attack you with so many witnesses around.
My family was murdered one by King Balin, after my uncle failed to claim the throne. Balin's reach is long, and his vengeance a terrible thing to behold.
I'll clear the way for you, Harrimont.
Dispatch these ruffians and I'll pay you what I can now. And by the ancestors, I will reward you proper when I am safe. What is your name?
Hawk.
A good name. I will remember it.
The Carta has several groups lying in wait for us. Take the battle to them.
Okay.
You look like a thinker. Gents.
Yes. Good day to you.
Okay.
Harrimont spoke to you, didn't he? Whatever reward he offered, we'll offer you more to kill him.
How about I take care of you instead?
Stupid bastard!
I think the Qunari are spying on us.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
May the Great Wolf take you! There's one less to worry about!
Oh, I should have saved that.
One more for me! We're keeping score, right?
Sort of see why Carver gets so pissed off now that with the Hawk just annihilating dudes that he's meant to be killing.
You know, I think this isn't a very nice part of Kirkwall.
Okay. That's it, everyone come here. Murdered everyone. Oh my god.
What a mess!
It's just absolutely painting. Like, this is so empowered. It's a load of dudes there. I think we owe the Harrimounts a little bit, considering what happened to them in the last game. Fortunately.
I
I wager you've a bright future ahead of you. Take this. More will come, as promised. May the stone look after you.
Wasn't really worth it, to be honest with you, but okay. Wasn't really worth it, to be honest. Foundry near Lotan. Okay, we're in the dock, that's why.
Yes. Good day to you.
Let's head up this way.
It. For Eldon, I mean.
Sometimes.
Blackberries. They don't seem to grow here. And there were little songbirds with black caps on their heads.
I sort of missed the dogs barking.
Yes. It's mostly been humans barking at me here. Not nearly as cute.
What the hell? You guys again.
There's the dead drop. Hopefully the wardens will appreciate this.
Maybe. I think you do get quite a lot of money for doing that. But, I've 3 children to feed, my lord. Okay, I won't do that just yet. Don't need another mage in Anders, so we'll get him in a minute. Go do this first. Anders may have some interesting things to say about this quest, but I just can't stand him as a character. So, oh, do you know what? I shouldn't do that though, should I? I should show you. He's probably going to have some interesting things to say. La-di-da.
Stop looking at me.
What's your issue now, little hawk?
Don't call... Just don't, all right? You're looking for fodder for your stories.
Do you think you're that interesting?
I have enough trouble being overshadowed as it is. I don't need to get caught under an imaginary me, too.
Don't you worry. I'm not in the business of lullabies or children's stories.
Because he is a moaning little prat, isn't he? All he does is just complain.
Will everyone please just step back? My mother's in labor. The baby's come early. Can anyone help her? I'll send word to the healer, but...
My son's hurt bad. Cart overturned on him in the blasted bone pit.
Everyone in your turn. I promise we have donations coming in. There will be food and medicine for all of you. If you're seeking aid, leave your name with my girl. We serve everyone here. No one came from Ferelden without trouble. But I can't give priority to anyone who's already found work and lodging.
I hear you know where I can find a Ferelden Grey Warden.
Only Ferelden Grey Warden I've heard of is sitting on the throne. We're out of the Blight's path now. Why would you need a warden?
The healer was one of them once, wasn't he? A warden?
Well, he's not now, and busy enough without answering fool questions about it.
Then I'll only ask very smart questions.
I do not joke, Sirrah. You see what our people face in Kirkwall. They have no jobs, no homes. Most can barely buy bread. This healer, he serves them without thought for coin. He's closed their wounds, delivered their children.
He sounds very busy. We won't be any trouble, we promise.
He's a good man. I won't lose him to the blighted Templars.
You mean he's a mage?
Would I stick my neck out for some purveyor of hensbane and leeches?
Oh, perish the thought. Another delicate mage flower.
He doesn't want to be locked in the gallows just for using the gifts the Maker gave him.
I can hardly blame him.
I suppose it isn't my secret to keep. Anders has certainly been free enough with his services. Refugees in Darktown know, to find the healer, look for the lit lantern. If you have need enough, Anders will be within.
I asked at 30 farms for work. Not one is hiring for Reldens.
Hey, we heard you in there, asking about the healer. We know what happens to mages in this town. And it ain't gonna happen to him.
You want him safe? Don't pick fights with other Fereldans while the Templars are after us all.
Ferelden? But your clothes. I figured you for a Kirkwaller, sorry. Make her bless the rule of our Queen Honora.
She's got a king as well, but yeah, alright, whatever.
How did you learn swording?
Swording?
Those things you do with the sword. It looks tricky. Was it hard to learn?
Takes a lot of practice.
Well, you seem good at it. I bet one day you'll be the best sworder in Kirkwall.
Meryl...
I said something wrong again, didn't I? Maybe I'll just stop talking.
down here, shall we?
Never knew humans could be this cool.
I have made this place a sanctum of healing and salvation. Why do you threaten it?
Strange occupation for a warden. Aren't you more about taint and death, not healing and salvation?
Did the warden send you to bring me back? I'm not going. Those bastards made me get rid of my cat. Poor Sir Pouncelot. He hated the deep roads.
You had a cat named Sir Pouncelot? In the deep roads?
He was a gift. A noble beast. Almost got ripped in half by a genlock once. He swatted the bugger on the nose. Drew blood, too. The blighted warden said he made me too soft. I had to give him to a friend in Amaranthine.
So, you came to Kirkwall just to escape the wardens?
You say that like it's a small thing. Yes. I'm here because there's no warden outpost, no darkspawn, and a whole host of refugees to blend in with. And some reasons of my own.
I've always heard that joining the wardens is for life.
That's only partly true. The hopelessly tainted by the darkspawn and plagued by nightmares about the archdemon parts don't go away. But it turns out if you hide well, you don't have to wear the uniform or go to the parties.
I think this is why people initially started disliking Anders and carried on, is because, you know, the warden in the first game gives him such a lot of chances to be better and to, like, help and to do things for people, and he just leaves. Just, yeah, whatever. Yeah. And then things that happen later on in this game as well, the way he is, he's one of the most dislikable characters in Dragon Age, and we will discuss why as we go along.
I'm part of an expedition into the deep roads. Any information you have could save people's lives.
I will die a happy man if I never think about the blighted deep roads again. You can't imagine what I've come through to get here. I'm not interested. Although, a favor for a favor. Does that sound like a fair deal? You help me, I'll help you.
Let's be more specific. I don't do anything involving children or animals.
I have a warden map of the depths in this area. But there's a price. I came to Kirkwall to aid a friend. A mage. A prisoner in the wretched gallows. The Templars learned of my plans to free him. Help me bring him safely past them, and you shall have your maps.
Tell me about your friend.
His name is Carl Thekla. He was sent here from Ferelden, when Kirkwall Circle required new talent. His last letter said the Knight Commander was turning the Circle into a prison. Mages are locked in their cell, refused appearances at court, made tranquil for the slightest crimes. I told him I would come.
Are these accusations true?
Ask any mage in Kirkwall. Over a dozen were made tranquil just this year. The more people you ask, the worse the rumors become.
Rumors?
What do the Templars know of your plans?
I don't know. I had been exchanging notes with Carl through a maidservant in the gallows. Then the letters stopped coming.
You want to make your friend an apostate?
That's such a weighted term. Yes, Andraste said magic should serve man, not rule him. But I've yet to find a mage who wants to rule anything. It goes against no will of the Maker for mages to live as free as other men.
Mages fall to demons. The Chantry can't trust them with the same freedoms as normal men.
You are a mage yourself. I feel the power in you. How can you say that? Never mind. I do not seek debate, only your aid.
Because Hawk's responsible and he knows that, you know, mages are fucking dangerous. That's why. The only reason he's not with the Templars right now is because he needs to make sure his family is safe. That's pretty much it.
What do the Templars know of your plans?
I don't know. I had been exchanging notes with Carl through a maidservant in the gallows. Then the letters stopped coming.
I honestly think that in our Hawk story, he wants to go on this expedition to the Deep Roads to make sure his family's okay, and as soon as that's done, he's turning himself into the Templars. That's literally what he's planning to do. And he already knows it's going to be him going in. He won't let Carver go with him.
I will not make this deal sight unseen.
It's all right here. But you don't see one page until Carl is free.
As if the Templars need another reason to hunt us.
These are my terms. If you want my aid with your expedition, meet me in the Chantry tonight. I have sent word to Carl to be there. Make her willing, we will all leave free men.
One other thing about Carver. Bethany talks about Carver when he's dead. Quite a lot. Yeah, she misses him, wants him to be okay, wants him to, you know... And, you know... But Carver doesn't say anything about Bethany. Like, at all. I just don't think... I literally... Beyond whatever I think about personally, wherever, I don't think he's a nice person. Like, in general, I just don't think he's a good person at all. Yeah, he's incredibly selfish. Yeah, he just doesn't give a shit about anyone. Just about himself.
Don't like dark tan? Die, baby.
Okay. Mr. Chantry.
I saw Carl go inside a few minutes ago. No Templars so far. Are you ready?
I didn't see anyone suspicious out here. Let's do this fast.
All right. I'll handle the talking. You watch for Templars. When we find Carl, just let me talk to him.
Pretty cool, isn't it?
Anders, I know you too well. I knew you would never give up.
What's wrong? Why are you talking like...
I was too rebellious, like you. The Templars knew I had to be... made an example of.
No!
How else will mages ever master themselves? You'll understand, Anders. As soon as the Templars teach you to control yourself. This is the apostate.
No!
Never take another mage as you took him.
That's not good. Why are the beds up here? That's what I want to know. got it.
Anders, what did you do? It's like you brought a piece of the Fade into this world. I had already forgotten what that feels like.
I thought the Tranquil were cut off from the Fade forever.
When you're tranquil, you never think on your life before. But it's like the Fade itself is inside Anders, burning like a sun. Please, kill me before I forget again. I don't know how you brought it back, but it's fading.
Carl, no.
Maybe we can find a cure.
Can you cure a beheading? The dreams of tranquil mages are severed. There is nothing left of them to fix.
I would rather die a mage than live as a Templar puppet.
I would rather die than be tranquil. Help him.
I got here too late. I'm sorry, Carl. I'm so sorry.
Now! It's fading! Why do you look at me like that?
Goodbye. We should leave before more Templars come.
So, let me guess. This is the part where you tell me you're an abomination.
You're wrong. But not far wrong. This is hard to explain. When I was in Amaranthine, I met a spirit of justice who was trapped outside the Fade. We became friends, and he recognized the injustice that mages in Thedas face every day.
And that's different than a demon?
Just as demons prey on the deadly sins of mankind, there are good spirits who embody our virtues. Spirits of compassion, fortitude, justice. They are the Maker's first children, and they have all but given up on us.
What does this have to do with your eyes glowing?
To live outside the Fade, he needed a host. I offered to help him. We were going to work together, bring justice to every child ever ripped away from his mother to be sent to the Circle. But I guess I had too much anger. Once he was inside me, he changed.
So, you have this spirit of justice living in your head?
It's not like that. He's gone now. He's part of me. It's not like we can have a conversation. I feel his thoughts as my own. Not even the greatest scholar could tell you where I end and he begins.
That really didn't look like a happy, benevolent spirit from where I was standing.
The Templars will think the same. We're friends with a monster.
Since when is justice happy? Justice is righteous. Justice is hard. But my anger, when I see Templars now, things that have always outraged me, but I could never do anything about, he comes out. And he is no longer my friend, Justice. He is a force of vengeance, and he has no grasp of mercy.
Can justice ever be separated from you?
I don't think so. The only way a spirit has ever been separated from a living host is by its death. The curse is of my own making. All I can do now is hope to control it.
Can you bring him out at will?
No. He comes only when I've lost all power over myself. It's a madness, a frenzy. I only find out after what I might have done.
I just need your Grey Warden expertise, not a diatribe on your strange personal habits.
Here. These are all the documents I have for this area. I can understand if you would rather me not join you personally. I cannot control my need for vengeance. I would ask no one to take on the danger of traveling with me. I will be here in my clinic if you need me.
We'll take him for now, just because he's going to come with us and do the sheep, the shepherding wolves quest. So I want to see what he's going to say, because he's very annoying, but you know, just... Alright. That'll be it for now then. So I'll speak to you guys next time. Oh, get the dog back. See you later.